picture, Hitler greets Mueller, the Bishop of the Reich, and here he is. And you can see all the other puppets out there saluting the Roman salute to Hitler, and Hitler is meeting his Bishop of the Reich right here, Bishop Mueller. This is a photograph of Germany signing a concordant with the Vatican in Rome on July 20th, 1933. That started the Third Reich. By signing the concordant, Germany has now become a part of the government of God. The Vatican gives government divine protection and international protection. That's where the Third Reich started, right there. This is a photograph of the Catholics celebrating Hitler's birthday. It became an annual event for the Catholic Church and Hitler. This is a picture on April 20th, 1939. The celebrations became a tradition by Pope Pius XII. This is not the Hitler salute, it's the Roman salute. You can see it goes back to Rome, and all you have to do is look in your encyclopedia, and it explains that this salute right here is nothing but a Roman salute. Here you see the cab driver here giving the Roman salute to the Roman Catholic priest. Here's a Roman Catholic cardinal, and look how he marches in front of the soldiers. And the Nazi soldiers here, showing who's in command. This is a very telling picture. Here you have those who are saluting Hitler, and then you got the Roman Catholic priests standing there because they represent the government of God, and they're here to give Hitler the orders from the Pope. The Iron Cross, to show you some of the history behind the Iron Cross. Just want to show you it derives from Rome, just like Daniel said it would be. If you go back and read Daniel chapter 2, you notice that he refers to the Roman Empire as to iron. Iron equals Roman Empire, and he mentions it 8 different times in verse 40 through 44. So let's take a look at this Roman Iron Cross. Here's the Iron Cross of the Knights Templar back in the Dark Ages under the Holy Roman Empire. And as you see, it's decorated all over the place. Here's some more shots of the Iron Cross. It's no surprise that Hitler wore the Iron Cross because he was representing the Holy Roman Empire. This is also another Crusader, Knights Templar during the Holy Roman Empire. As you can see, the Iron Cross. So that is the universal symbol of Rome. Right here, you see the Iron Cross. That's in St. Peter Basilica in the Vatican. So you can see there's the symbol of Rome, the Iron Cross. It just happens to be right there. Here's a closer shot of the Iron Cross. Here's the Iron Cross. There's the sun god Baal from Babylon worship. And there's St. Peter's tomb, all in a row. Symbols of Rome and Babylon. Here you see all the soldiers swearing a personal loyalty oath to the Führer, and this is the exact same 3-finger salute that is made to the Pope, the Swiss Guard. So you can see here that even the oath is to the Führer and to the Pope and to the Reich, the Third Reich salute. Here's the Swiss soldier swearing allegiance to the Pope. The Swiss soldiers served the armies of the Pope from the late 1300s onward. And now you know why Switzerland never gets invaded. Switzerland signed a concordant with the Pope to be their personal protectors, and in exchange, Switzerland holds the banking interest of the Vatican, holds all their gold and silver, and they are exempt from any country to invade them. Now you know the real reason why Switzerland never gets invaded. This is out of the Salt Lake Tribune, May 7th, 2005. It says right below the picture here, a recruit raises 3 fingers during the swearing-in ceremony Friday of the Pope's elite military corps at the Vatican. They swear the loyalty to serve the Pope, sacrificing, if necessary, their life in his defense, the Swiss Guard. This is out of the Encyclopedia on Vatican City. It's the smallest independent country in the world, and it forms a territory of the Holy See, the central authority of Rome. And as you see on the back of your dollar bill, this familiar picture, and on the back, on this here, is actually the Holy See, is another name for the Pope and his territory. And there's only one country in the world where the official language is Latin, and we have Latin on the back of the dollar bill, and it translates announcing the birth of the New World Order. So when the Holy See finally sits on its throne, the Antichrist, 3.5 years rule, this top here will finally have a resting place once it's finalized, when Rome's wound is completely healed. For those of you, remember the Vatican's European Union poster, the official European poster of the Tower of Babel being rebuilt? And if you look at your dollar bill, when the eye finally sits on the pyramid, it's a completion of the Tower of Babel and the one world order. This is a very important speech to identify what's on the back of the dollar bill. Here is President Franklin D. Roosevelt's address before the tomb of the unknown soldier, November 11th, 1940. And he goes on and talks about the Great Seal of the United States. Listen to this as he goes on to explain. He says, the Great Seal of the United States on the back of the dollar bill, he says, welcome to the age of Rome, an age of a mixture of elections, laws, military, and dictatorship. Then he talks about the Romans' collapse, and there was a dark period, and now there's a reawakening of 1,000 years ago. Talks about a feudal system, an empire. So here he is saying that the Great Seal of the United States on the back of the dollar bill is Rome, and with its elections, laws, militaries, and dictatorship. Quite amazing. Look, the Pope has its own search engine. Welcome, internet site of the Holy See. So the Pope is also called the Holy See. The Roman Catholic Knights Templars, the original protectors and servers. Protect and serve. You probably saw that on the cop cars years ago. Their motto is, when you protect something, you control it. When you continue to serve the thing you control, it is lulled into complacency. The complacency, the thing which is protected, never realizes it is controlled. Therefore, to control something, you must protect and serve it very well. You must be sure it stays so happy and complacent that it never even thinks about freedom, let alone seeks it. The perfect slave thinks he is free. That's the Knight Templar's motto. Those of you that are from the UK, there's been headlines in the news that the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, ending its long-time armed campaign. And the IRA is nothing but the Catholics fighting the Protestants for control. It's been that way since 1970, and now it's 2005, and now since we have Al-Qaeda, now we don't need the IRA, because now the Catholics can go around under Al-Qaeda and bomb the world into submission to the Pope. As you can see in the article, the Catholic priest and the Protestant minister would be invited to witness the scrapping of the weapons, so both sides will take part to make sure that it's ended.